Hello, students. So, I think we shall start with the chapter or the lessons because we have limited time. So, yeah, we shall start with the first chapter, The Gentleman of the Jungle by Jomo Kenyatta. So, yeah, we shall see how the chapter goes and we shall try to complete a syllabus in a limited time. Okay, so we shall see the description given about the author in the textbook. So yeah, Jomo Kenyatta. So we shall see that. Okay, this is the information given about the author in your textbook. If you have a textbook, you can just look at it while I'm taking class. Okay, a note on author. Jomo Kenyatta was an African political leader, first president of Kenya, a Kikuyu. He was one of the earliest and best known African nationalist leaders. As secretary of his tribal association, he campaigned for land reform and African political rights. So he was an African political leader and he was a president. Okay, and he was a Kikuyu. Okay, and he was one of the earliest and best known African nationalist leaders and secretary of the tribal association. He campaigned for land reform and African political. So he was a very active person in politics and he was helping the people of Africa, uh, basically for the people to help for their basic needs and basic rights. Okay, so yeah, we shall see little more information about the author. Okay, so this is the information, the extra information about the author. So he was a Kenyan anti-colonial activist. Okay, he was a Kenyan and he was an anti-colonial. So colonialism, I think you know how the British comes and occupies our lands. Okay, that is colonialism. So he was against colonialism. Okay, so how they used to come and occupy our lands. So he was against colonialism and a politician who governed Kenya as its prime minister from 1963 to 1964. Okay, so he was a prime minister and he was also a president, as we read in the textbook. So he was a country's first indigenous head, okay, of government. So you know indigenous people are from the like a lower class, okay, lower class, and he was indigenous head of the government, the first indigenous head of the government, and played a significant role in the transformation of Kenya from a colony of British Empire into a independent republic. So yeah, you know how British conquered our India, and yeah, even it has conquered many places. Okay, so here in Africa, okay, Africa, it is said that Kenya was under the British control and it was a colony of British Empire. Okay, it was under British control. So this man Jomo Kenyatta, he played a significant role in the transformation of Kenya being a colony under the British Empire into an independent republic. So now Kenya is an independent republic. Okay, so African nationalist. He was an African nationalist and conservative. He led the Kenya African National Union, the KANU. Okay, Kenya African National Union, okay, party from 1961 until his death. So he was leading this and he was a leader of this party, okay, Kenya African National Union. So this is the information about the author Jomo Kenyatta. So it is not much you don't have to focus so much about this information, but it is just for your information that I have told. Okay, so the story here, The Gentleman of the Jungle, it is a philosophical tale. Okay, it has some philosophical message, whose characters are animals that is a fable. So the characters here in the story are all animals, okay, and there is one gentleman, okay, And yeah, this is a fable because it includes the characters or animals. It is a fable, okay. And it also the fable is a story, okay. It is a kind of a story where it starts from once upon a time, and it also will have lived happily ever after. So these are the some of the usual things that happens in a fable or a storytelling. So I think you have all heard about a storytelling where your grandma or your friend or your parents tell you a story where they start with a sentence of once upon a time there was two kings and he had five sons, okay. So this is a pattern of fable, okay. So the fable is a kind of a storytelling where it includes the animals as a character. So I think you might have heard many stories regarding where the animals will be the characters, okay. So yeah, it expressed the expressions of um, once upon a time lived happily ever after, okay. So this all makes the story a fable, okay. So it tells us the story of a man living alone in the jungle with many animals. So here is a man who is living in a forest in a jungle with many animals, okay. So this man is fooled by an elephant that pretends to be his friend, and dispute begins therefore between them. So here there is a elephant, and there are many animals, okay. There are many animals which as we go through the story we shall see how the characters are placed in the story, okay. So here is an elephant that pretends to be his friend, okay. It acts like his friend, and the dispute begins therefore. So here as the man constructs or builds his hut, the animals occupy the his place and tells that it is their place, okay. He keeps on building the huts and the animals keeps on conquering or they come and just occupy his huts, okay. So yeah, and the title the gentleman of the jungle is very interesting because it is a fable, okay. The fable is a common genre in literature, okay. So that uses animals as characters in a story where there is a moral lesson at the end, okay. You will see that there will be a moral story or moral thing, okay. You'll get something from these kind of stories, okay. So even after you complete this story you will have a moral to take it to your life, okay. How you have to lead your life, how you have to make a right decision or think before doing anything. So you will get a morals through these stories, okay. So it is a fable is where it is a kind of storytelling, and it includes the characters of animals becomes the characters, okay. Okay, so this is a question asked. So this will be asked before you start with the chapter. So I think everyone knows. I mean, everyone have seen in your childhood about Panchatantra tales where the animals were used as a characters. I think everyone have seen. I mean, know about this Panchatantra tales. Okay, so and so it how as the chapter makes the animal as the characters, and we have to just think how the panchatantra tells a moral for us, okay. It is just it describes or it uses animals as a character, and it tries to bring out the moral from the story, okay. So here the gentleman of the jungle by Jomo Kenyatta, and so you have seen many stories of Panchatantra where the good prevails over evil. So I think you have heard a story of crocodile and monkey where the crocodile tries to kill, take the monkey to his wife, and the monkey escapes from the um trap, okay, and it goes back. So in that story it is the moral is where you have to choose your partners, friends or companions wisely, because you have to choose it according to you, okay. So the monkey which makes friendship with the crocodile finally gets into a danger, okay, but it escapes, but it gets into a danger. So you have to choose companions according to, I mean, wisely according to your individual. Okay, so yeah, so this is the picture in your first page, and this shows a background or the scene of a jungle hut, and an elephant has occupied the hut, and all the king of the forest, the lion, the fox, and the bull. Okay, so everything is going towards the hut to make some, because the person has complained about elephant being occupied the place. Okay, okay, this is the background to the story. Okay, so in the late 19th century, the chief European powers divided African among themselves. So African was a European country, and in late 19th century, European powers divided Africa from themselves. Okay, they separated Africa. They could do this because European arms were superior, and because the African chiefs did not understand the meaning of the treaties they were asked to sign. So Africans was not ready to sign the treaty. I think you have in history, you have seen the treaties being signed. Okay, to have harmony between two countries, there'll be treaties signed. Okay, but here Africans did not agree to sign for the treaties. As a result, Africans lost the lands they had traditionally lived on and cultivated. So, since they didn't agree to sign for the treaties, they lost their lands where they used to live, traditionally lived, and where they used to have cultivation. Okay, they cultivated. Their attitude towards European expression is made clear in the following fable, which reflects the attitude of Kikuyu people of Kenya toward European laws and commissions. So this story expresses the fable. This fable expresses the attitude of Kikuyu people. These are the peoples of Kikuyu of Kenya towards European laws and commissions. So through the animals, through using the characters of animals, they are trying to show how the Kikuyu people expression, okay, their attitude towards the European laws and commissions. So here the people using the animals, they are trying to show the um, how the society or the commission works. Okay, how the European commission or European laws works. Here through the characters, they try to show us the laws and the commissions of Europeans. Okay, so we shall stop here.